Welcome, everybody, to another dumpster fire. The United States of America made us all clench our butt cheeks today.
I'm not going to lie. I was waving my towel. We're going to the Super Bowl as a country.
Yes, we're going to the World Cup Bowl.
As I said, even if we lose, we're still going to the Super Bowl, and our country is winning the Super Bowl. Technically,
did you notice when the U.S. scored, Iranian fans were cheering?
Some were cheering.
They were like, "We don't want to win.
We don't want to die when we go back home." But
yeah,
you know,
they were like,
"It's crazy can
we get a plane back?"
It's crazy how fucking the World Cup is taken seriously, not only by the fans, but by the governments.
Yeah.
Governments are like, motherfucker, let's go. They're like talking shit to each other over a soccer match. But
Except
I mean, hey, man, when it's a worldwide event, I mean, you rep your squad, you rep your country. I mean, the meme is true. Like 90% of the time we talk shit about our own country until we face another country. Then we are 100% Team USA. I mean,
we're the only ones that can talk shit about our own country. That's how it always goes.
Yeah. Man, shit.
It's like using all the jokes for whatever race that you happen to be. You just like, look, you ain't gonna talk shit about USA. Okay, Purdue
and West motherfucking champs.
You gotta take
the Big Ten
on
title game.
Yeah, Michigan, right?
No, Michigan. Listen, we're monster slayers. That's what we do. That's the best thing Purdue has done since Joe Tiller left the program. Is that we haven't. I mean, when Joe Tiller was the head coach, Purdue was the bottom half of the top tier college football. And since he left, they fucking fell off a cliff. And then Brom, who really, I don't think he's very good as a coach. He's pretty predictable in his play calling, but he's the best thing that he's done is he's managed to beat more top 5 teams than any other team in college football. Purdue has 11 wins against top 5 teams since he's been there.
Damn, yeah, they beat Ohio State that one. They smoked Ohio.
They beat Ohio State when they were 2. They beat Michigan when they were 2. I mean, Michigan State. I'm sorry, they beat Michigan State when they were 2. They beat Iowa when they were 2. They beat who they beat? They beat another number. They beat Michigan State when they were number 2. I think I already said that, but they got
soul taker
11.
Yeah. They will take your soul.
I think that Purdue can pull it out. Nobody expects Purdue to even compete in this game. Purdue is going to compete. It's going to look ugly because they're not as talented as Michigan is, but they usually have 1 or 2 players who are talented enough, and that's all you need in college football to be able to make it a game.
Yeah. Michigan looks dangerous, though. All right, let's get to some supers, and then we shall do the tier maker on Deshaun Watson Eve.
D Watt's back, baby.
D Watts is back. Connor Akers says Russ this season has certainly lost his 1-2 step. Yeah, Russ has been.
Oh, he's lost
garbage.
More than his 1-2. He's lost his 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 steps too.
Red Rhino 49. Pulisic risked his nuts to score the goal that helps the U.S. reach the round of 16. Truly an American hero, dude. When it's all said and done, like the greatest American soccer player is gonna be Donovan, Pulisic, and then like
one dude with the red fro, with the ginger with the fro.
Lawless, Alexi Lawless. Yeah, maybe him. Maybe Clint Dempsey, but Dempsey to me never showed up in the big. It was always Donovan cleaning up for him. Maybe Tim Howard is like one of the greatest American goalkeeper. Yeah. I don't know, but I think Pulisic.
Soccer's come a long way in the U.S., dude. It's come a long way. I remember when
it used to be trash.
I mean, my parents love soccer, but when they came to the U.S., they just kind of automatically were like, they got into football big. And but every time the World Cup comes around, man, I mean, it's like soccer, and that's how I started really liking soccer, was seeing the World Cup. So
Nigeria is not in this one, but they've made runs before. Nigeria has. They made it to the elimination.
Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've gotten far.
I think the best we ever did was like the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinal, yeah, the final 8. Spartan win. At this point, I feel the Broncos aren't wondering who do we need to get rid of. They're wondering who should we still keep. Yeah, Broncos are fucked, dude. Bad team.
Worst case scenario. And also, you are last year's team, but you no longer have your first round picks, and you're locked into a quarterback who's rapidly declining and a head coach who doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Rapidly declining. He declined. He's at the bottom of it now.
Oh, do you think he's at the bottom? It can get a lot worse. Trust me.
And it's not his body; it's his decision making that's just terrible. Like
I feel like when that happens, and I don't mean to cut you off.
It's all good.
When that happens, a lot of times that's because you don't really understand the playbook.
Yeah,
and I think as a vet that can happen because I know when we had when Gus Bradley came in as a head coach in Jacksonville, we changed our offensive system, and on the O-line, we had a new O-line coach. And he changed how we make the call on the O-line, which for me as well as the other vets, because we didn't have any like young players on we were all vets.
Yeah.
We were like, this doesn't make any sense. So we would have trouble making calls.
Right. And then it's just simply a communication issue, even though the ability is there. But I don't know what the case with Wilson is. We're not in that locker room. It's just fucked. But Pounder 420 drops a fitty bomb reminder that Americans care about football, baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, people driving in circles for hours, and people playing video games more than they care about poverty ball. And the U.S. still made the top 16. Euro pours in total omni shambles. Like we said, dude, we pay attention. Like everybody was watching the game today. I don't care. Everyone was at work. In fact, I went outside today, and the guys that were working on my neighbors are having an addition put on their house. The guys that were working on that were all listening to the game or watching the game. Everyone pays attention.
Oh yeah.
Still, we're like, because you don't go out and embarrass America. Don't do that shit. Don't embarrass us.
And and that's the one sport we kind of been embarrassing ourselves in is for the men's side.
Oh yeah,
for decades.
Yeah,
they lost to Trinidad. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, that was terrible. Graf von T-Roll, so we advance without Pulisic and possibly could lose to the Netherlands, but no matter, USMT gone to World Cup final. Woo.
I don't know about final, but let's temper our expectations.
All right, let's call up the thing. Boom. Look at that. All right. We have Super Bowl. We have division. We have wild card. We have football hell. Then we have the Tank Bowl.
And then one more Rocky Mountain High garbage.
Yep. Add row below.
Let's ride.
All right. Yeah.
As Mike Purcell yells at you in the background.
Let's die. How about that?
That too.
Pure trash. I mean, the Texans are the worst team, but the Broncos are right there. Right there.
Well, the Texans at least
that would be a close game.
Texans Broncos.
Yeah.
I don't think the Broncos have a pick next year, do they?
Nope, they do not. Not this year or next year.
Oh my god.
First round pick, you mean?
Oh my god.
Ooh, Russell Wilson.
That's a franchise breaker.
And also, let's not forget the Texans still have the Browns first round picks this year, next year too. So
Texans are
they can flip quickly if need be.
Yeah, they might get a bunch of high picks in the next year's draft. Like they might get 5 players in the first and second rounds. That's crazy.
Which is
all
what
right.
you need.
Let us rewind to Thanksgiving, which seems like several years ago. Are y'all done with the leftovers? Like I'm fine. I'm actually done with the leftovers.
I have a little bit left, but I just
no, them shits were gone 24 hours after Thanksgiving.
I still have a whole tin full of turkey.
Nice.
And a whole
but fuck the turkey. Nobody eats that whole
Nothing
thing.
wrong with yeah. It depends. I mean, you could use the turkey maybe to cook a stew or something, but
yeah, true.
I went to another person's house to have Thanksgiving, so
you didn't fix it one.
No, I didn't fix it myself.
See, we had a whole turkey here, a whole ham here for like 6 people. Like and then we went to my mom's house or my parents' house the next day. And she gave me an entire prime rib that was like this big, and a bunch of Thai food, bunch of egg rolls, Thai beef salad, like all this stuff. So that's why we still have a bunch left over, because like anytime we always cook for us, and then my mom is like, "You eat, you'll bring home," and I'm just like, "Oh God!" And then I just, dude, that whole prime rib. Oh, I ate like most of it.
God. Stop making me hungry for prime rib.
I know, dude. My mom will just buy like $110 prime rib and just cook it and be
But dude, that's probably worth it.
But it'd be the best. It'd be the best prime rib ever.
Oh, my mom. Plus, my mom, she does it like she encrusts it in like pepper and butter and all that stuff, and then just cooks it like perfect, like every time. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. All right. Speaking of Bills and the Lions, all right, Bills pulled this one out. Are they just division, or are they still Super Bowl contender?
I think they're division now, man. I think you can see they're kind of losing some of that edge. I mean, Josh Allen he made a hell of it. Like, he made his best throw since being injured, for sure, late in the game, but
still some iffy.
It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah. Yeah, they feel vulnerable. Where do I put the Lions? They're going to the Tank Bowl, right?
They're not real. 4-7. Would you really call that? Tank
Bowl?
Bowl?
Yeah, they're football hell.
Yeah,
they've made it. They've graduated from Tank Bowl status,
which actually gives some false hope.
Yeah, Dan's gonna keep his job. That's what's good about that.
I don't think they were gonna fire him either way, would they?
Yeah, if he put up 2 wins, if they went like 2-15, he would lose his job. You can't bring somebody back after going 3 wins.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson did it. Jimmy Johnson did it.
Yeah, but back-to-back seasons of pure ass. Jimmy Johnson only had 1 losing season, and then he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, Cowboys, Giants. Giants are barely hanging on to that wild card, and this hurts to say this. Are the Cowboys a Super Bowl contender?
No. I think that it's different in the NFC East because it is the best division right now in football. And I would argue that the Cowboys, they're not good enough, I think, to beat a Philadelphia team in the playoffs if they have to play it.
Yeah,
I don't think that they have it.
That's true, because the Cowboys, the Cowboys can't win the division. They're going to be a wild card. So, yeah. They got another game with them, don't they? The Eagles.
Yeah, they got one more game with them, and I think that's good. Where they're going to be in Dallas for that one, right?
Yeah, Twitter's going to suck if they win that game. All right, and then the nightcap, Patriots and the Vikings. Patriots made it interesting, but the Vikings still pulled it.
The Vikings are Super Bowl.
Out.
Yeah, Vikings.
Yeah, they're back on track.
I'm going to say, Patriots fans, how's it feel to experience the Jesse James caught the ball experience?
Oh,
That
was a catch, dude.
It was a catch, but the problem is that's karma for what happened in 2017.
It's karma because the fucking Patriots for like a decade always somehow happen to get the best situation possible in everything. I mean, they get caught cheating, $500,000 fine, no loss really for the franchise. You know, you got Deflate Gate, 4-game suspension for Tom Brady, and which actually triggers him to go on a Super Bowl winning rampage, and no consequences again for the fucking Patriots. They never have consequences. Now they finally get to see how I feel as a player on the other team, watching them get some bullshit on the field.
Some bullshit. All right. Yeah. Ivan says Broncos country. Let's ride to Lol Cow of the Week. David Crunch. Hi, Tree. I was curious on your quick thoughts on the Devils' recent run of winning 16 out of the last 17 games, and if they are the biggest surprise in the NHL. Also, is Jack Hughes becoming a beast? Jack Hughes has been a beast.
He's been one. He was solid last year. I'm surprised because their goaltending's held up. I thought that was going to be the thing that held them back, but they're really coming into their own. And with Lindy Ruff of all coaches, I thought he was a 10-man walking.
Lindy Ruff. Michael Earl, the NHL Philly special, 3 separate 10-game losing streaks in a year. My Red Wings finally have some hope. And 5, what is wrong with the Rangers? The Rangers defense is not there. It's really weird that they got rid of Ryan Reeves, who was the guy that was supposed to bang up other teams. And then I think Shesterkin's just off. Like they're letting in goals. Like they're not playing defense. They're scoring. I think they'll be fine. They're way too talented, but this is a team that, maybe Gallant gets fired mid-season if they don't turn this around. And that could be a very real possibility because it's kind of being proven in the NHL that the bench boss, how much of a difference does he really make, Anyways, David R. Broncos country. The ride is being driven by Paul Walker. Ooh.
Hey, at least Paul Walker could drive in special effects.
My kid and I were talking about that today. Imagine being a ride operator at the Neverland Ranch when Michael Jackson wasn't there. She's like, oh, I guess I don't have to work today. All right. Yeah. Well, have your friends come over. Be like, you guys want to ride the roller coaster? Uncultured Barbarian, I'm happy the Badgers hired Luke Fickell. I see Auburn hired Hugh Freeze. Nice to see that they have no problems hiring slime balls. Maybe Harvey Updike was on to something. I'm pissed off as an Auburn fan that they hired.
Take the floor, brother.
They hired Freeze? You talking about Freeze from
Liberty. And Ole Miss.
And Ole Miss, the guy that recruited Michael Oher illegally. Dude, apparently when he was at Ole Miss, he used an Ole Miss telephone to call an escort like 12 times.
Jesus.
And when he was at that school in Mississippi, wherever the blind side is set, like he would let people choose either detention or being spanked. And then he would carry out the spankings. He's a fucking weirdo, dude.
It's being spanked.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Like, dude, Hugh Freeze is a weirdo. And like, I was like, dude, the only way to make it work usually at a college is like hire an alumni or hire somebody like Nick Saban or somebody who's had success at the college level and is going to come back and dominate at college.
Yeah.
Like Urban Meyer would have been a better hire than fucking Hugh Freeze, honestly.
I don't know about that, but
Urban Meyer could coach in college.
Well, Urban Meyer
did not coach.
He recruited.
He didn't. He was a recruiter. He was a head coach whose main operative function was to recruit.
Yeah,
because he doesn't know football, and that's been proven in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He knows leadership. BA Knights 14. The false hope is strong in Green Bay with Captain Rogers, the new leader of men. Also, I have false hope that football is coming home. Go England. Yeah, England has looked good. I mean, they scored 9 fucking goals, dude. Like, they should be good.
They scored 0 against the U.S.
They scored 0 against the U.S. That is correct. All right. Texans and the Dolphins. We know where the Texans go.
They're going right into Tank Bowl or Let's Die or what?
How about Tank Bowl? Because they at least have a first-round pick.
They have 2 first-round picks.
They're going to have a loaded tank. What is the remainder of their schedule, though? We have to see.
Let me take a look.
Potential Tank Bowl is Houston Texans.
See, Cleveland is next week in the most scripted comeback ever. Dallas,
Jaguars,
Jags, or the Colts. Jags or Colts. But I don't think either or are going to be tanking.
Those motherfuckers' one win is against the fucking Jaguars, guys.
Yeah.
And their one tie is against the Colts.
They could fuck up their tank. Maybe January 8th is a tank bowl. It could be. We should go there. We should go to Indy. January 8th. Let's fucking go. Let's at least do a live reaction to that here on the Dumpster Fire. If the number one pick hinges on that game, we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see.
Absolutely.
Okay. Where do we put who's that other team that they played? The Dolphins are a Super Bowl contender, are they
they're
not?
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my gosh. Sounds
it was
weird.
the Alabama experience. You crush them by 30 and put in your backups.
Yeah. It sounds weird to say that.
And that rarely happens in the NFL.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get pulled, I mean, even I remember we beat the shit out the Cowboys one year. We were up like 30. We were up 35-10. We were like middle of the fourth quarter, and quarterback comes out, receivers like swap out for the most part. The one comes out. None of the linemen come out. We all got to stay.
Yeah.
We're saying Margaritaville. Hey. Come on, Margaritaville. Mm-hmm. No, we got one more drive, guys. Get ready. Get ready for 4 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
Your job's easy, right? Yeah. Just blocking, Bengals, Titans. Bengals appear to have turned it around. They're the division winner now? No.
They got a solid lead now. Baltimore just lost.
They
got a solid lead.
Gosh, we had them in fucking it's 7-4. They've won 3 straight. Yeah, I think they've got the momentum. I'm going to put them in the division now.
Mm-hmm.
At least division or wild card, they're one of the two. And then let's do one more game, and then Tree can read some supers.
Will do.
Panthers, Broncos. This
oh god.
You know what I'm so pissed about?
Broncos.
Was I thought that the Broncos could cover the -1 because the Panthers were starting Darnold, and I was so wrong.
Yo,
and it was
who in the world thought that the sentence would be Sam Darnold outplayed Russell Wilson?
And not by a close amount either.
Yeah, it was by a country mile. How much better. That game was so awful. If you're a Broncos fan, like Perna was, I'm surprised he hasn't been committed to an institute.
Yeah, well, his growth is doing a lot because guess what? People love the misery. People will eat that shit up, especially Perna.
Eat it up. They will eat
and it's sad because he was so optimistic before the year. I mean, I was optimistic for Denver too.
All of us were. We all thought they were going to be a contender.
Them picking the division.
Dude, there are so many old takes exposed for that acquisition right now. Like Fred is having a freaking blast.
Who could predict that Geno Smith would be the significantly better quarterback this year than Russell Wilson?
It's not even that. It's the fact that everyone was like, the Broncos are going to win 11 or 12 games. They're going to dominate.
Well, it's not just that. If you look at their defense, they should be winning 11 or 12 games.
Yeah.
A defense that good and an offense that is the exact opposite.
77 Falcons. That's what they are.
Yeah, they are ass on a fucking stick. That's how bad they are. They are shit. All right, so we put them down here in Broncos country. Let's die. And the Panthers, they're not much better. Okay, that's what hurts even more is the Panthers are fucking dick shit ass too.
And the sad part is they're only a game and a half out of the division lead.
Are we gonna put them in football hell?
Put them in hell. They're in die territory.
Wow.
Because I mean, quite frank, like that whole division is fucking shit.
Yeah, it's not good this year.
Entire division of ass.
It is a lot of division.
It looks like a division that across the board is either wildly inconsistent or they've lost any kind of like all the leadership positions have been decimated. They just don't have anything. No direction.
Honestly, that's why I'm hoping Carolina wins. I will laugh hysterically all the way to the emergency ward.
They get to the playoffs with a 7-9
team
record.
that has started 3 different quarterbacks and has intentionally fired Matt Rule. Like, and if they
were
win the
a total
division
disaster,
and
they traded their star
game.
player,
right? Yeah, got rid of their best player. Fucking shit, dude. Fucking.
And they nearly traded Brian Burns and DJ Moore.
Yeah,
they were trying.
They already got rid of.
Yeah,
they already got rid of Robbie
Anderson. A first round pick.
Yep. Yeah, they got rid
of Robbie
Anderson's
fucking cancer.
Bob. Yeah, he is cancer. That's one of those players you put up with as long as you're winning. As soon as you start sucking,
as soon as you start losing, he's gone.
Yeah,
that was Mike Thomas for us.
Yeah, buddy.
Really? I don't know if y'all remember Mike Thomas, the wideout. He had like a very Steve Smith-esque play style. And he had 1 year where, he was our slot. And we went on a 6-game win streak. And he was a big part of that because he would just make these crazy catches. Short dude, but stocky, quick, very good lateral movement on his shapes.
Hold on. Was he the dude that made that big catch in that Texans game?
Yeah.
Am I thinking somebody
he's the
else?
one that caught the Hail Mary. He's the one that caught the Hail Mary.
That's what I thought.
Into his arms. They gave him if he would have had one more good season, they would have given him like a bigger contract extension because he's not a one, he's a slot. Right. But they gave him like a 3-year, $20 million deal. And I swear to God, he got traded before the end of the next season.
Damn.
Because he fell off it's like he got paid and said, I am good. I'm done.
Yeah. Fuck trying.
Yeah.
Why should I try? Right. But you know what? Like, I think a lot of players, that in a contract year, they just go beyond, like they push their bodies beyond what they're usually
it's your
capable.
Focus level.
Yeah.
You just focus. You like give your complete mental focus to the game. Like I didn't have a contract here because they gave me an extension after my 3rd year. But in my 3rd year, I was so locked in just because the game started slowing down for me. So I was seeing everything, and I was like, man, I'm trying to go to the Pro Bowl. So I just started trying to ball.
Right.
And that was my motivation. But yeah, after they get that deal, it feels like a lot of them just be like, this first year, fuck it.
Yeah. Once you got the money, though. Yeah. Once you got the money, you're just like, let's
even
go to
after
Vegas.
I got my contract, when I got my contract, I think like the first, I was still playing hard, but I didn't care if we lost. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah. I got money in the bank. It's true. It's at every job though. Like when I worked in corporate, like after like a year or two, when you're down with everyone and like you're not gonna get fired, you start to slack off.
Security, yeah.
First year though, like, oh man, I remember like just coming into work and working 10, 12-hour days. But by the 2nd, 3rd year, I'd be like, let's see what's on Wikipedia. Let's surf this in. Let me check my fantasy lineup. All right, Tree, read some supers.
The King Barrel Maker for 2 bones. Denver will win Injury Bowl and Lol Cow of the Year. It's
I think we missed. Did we read Uncultured?
I'm sorry. It's like I thought we did. My bad.
Okay.
I know Fickle's probably going to bolt to Ohio State in a few years. Don't even care.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan Day is going to be there for a long time.
If they're going to replace Day, I think they're trying to beg for Urban Meyer back, which would be hilarious, by the way.
Ryan Day to me looks like he's never been in an actual fight in his life. That's just how he looks. He looks like he kind of looks like 3-year Letterman to me. But anyways, sorry.
He's the kind of guy who boasts about being in a fight while never being in one.
Yes.
The Lem Report, good on you for saying X to establish title scam.
Yeah.
That's the big news.
It's not a scam.
It's just what was going on?
Well, it's a video came out and they made allegations.
Like a hit piece.
Well, it's half hit piece, half truth. Because the thing is, like, it's always was like sort of a souvenir plot. That's how they always sold it. Because like you were never told in like the print to never actually mention you were able to put it on your driver's license or your passport because that's official government documentation. That's why they say credit cards and dating profiles because those are unofficial.
Right. Right. Yeah, you can put anything on a credit card. You can put fucking Urban Meyer if you want.
Pretty much. As long as it's wired to.
But to me, it was like the Star Registry. Like you knew what you were buying. Like I don't know. Whatever. Everything.
It is what it is. I mean, whatever. The problem is like the way they pitched it. It was a solid concept, so it's like whatever, go with it. And I'm surprised they got that many people in on it though.
Well, what's a bigger scam? Established titles or owning the Green Bay Packers?
No, but owning the Green Bay Packers gets you a commemorative plaque, and you help build like random stuff. Hey, Tom Grossi owns the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but what do you get to vote on?
You get to go to the convention.
Oh yeah. It's like an expensive ticket. Mm-hmm. It says, "Oh, I can vote in the shareholder." What do they vote on? Who to give the money to?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Or like
we have to ask Grossi what actual power you get for being a stockholder.
Right.
If someone knows. Keep reading.
Ryan Griswold.
Oh,
look at all the stellar football. Wave them terrible towels. Woo! Woo! Throwback to Tree's meltdown game. Sorry, that's why I had to do that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Carnage Undone for 10 bones. What do you think is a more interesting hire? Matt Rule to Nebraska or Luke Fickell to Wisconsin?
I don't mind the Matt Rule hire. He was good in college. Like he's gonna win you like 7-8 games a year, which is
he's built broken schools. I mean, the problem is like how will we do in the NIL era? That's the only thing.
I think Nebraska has a unique problem that can't be fixed with a head coach. Nobody wants to go play fucking football in Nebraska.
Yeah, but if you win for 10 to 20 years, it'll be a destination, just like Alabama.
I will say
the thing is that there's no proof that there's any chance that Nebraska is going to be pumping out NFL players anytime soon because they haven't been doing it for decades.
If they get good players, if they can keep them in the Midwest, I mean, you're treated like a god in Lincoln. Like, there's got to be something to that, right? Like, Lincoln's not a bad town. It's small.
I ain't never been.
But you ain't never been? It's a small.
I was getting recruited by Nebraska too, and I was like,
it's a small town where the only thing there is the football stadium. So like you are treated like they
give you
their
the city.
Athletes. Yeah, they give the city to you. Like your poster, everything. You're gonna be in all the restaurants, all that stuff. You're not gonna pay for park. You know what I mean? Like,
I could see it being built off of if you can build up the glamour of that for a team. I think that can attract players because they're like, hey, it's like our own little football city. Like, all about us.
Yeah, and I think whatever coach
there still has to be shit to do though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's women out. That's what they needed. They need to import some hot top-notch strippers.
Yeah, that's what
hey! Don't talk about that. You got some Midwest farm girls, man.
Right. But if that were the case, then Portland, Oregon would have the greatest football team ever. Anyways, Tree, read this. 50 bomb.
Portland, Oregon. Yep, we got a 50 bomb. I got to get the Jeebus out. Whoop. What a week to be a Boilermaker Big Ten West champs, beating WVU, Gonzaga, and Duke in basketball. Let the false hope take me. Yinzer mode activate. All aboard the Spoilermaker Express. Next stop, Pasadena, California. Boiler!
Yes, sir. Boiler up. That's right.
We
got all kinds of false hope in West Lafayette now.
Oh, yeah.
My voice is shredded from last night's stream.
The basketball team is going to be ranked top 10. That's for sure.
Are there honeys at Purdue?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, oh yeah. Because
I heard Iowa
students are imports from different countries.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
foreign broads.
Hey.
I heard Iowa, the Hawkeyes.
Iowa's the best like party school in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Them in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin too. I hear Wisconsin is hard to make it out of there alive.
I mean, it's those farm girls, man. Those farm girls know how to go.
Yeah, they do. Uncultured barbarian. Of course, Rodgers is playing hurt. He doesn't want to get Wally pipped by Jordan Love. As long as they keep Bargain Bin Barry on the staff, we have no hope. Lindy Infante laughs at their defense.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why you're not playing Jordan Love. You need to see what you have in him. Because it's been 3 years.
Go ahead.
Oh, he threw one slant to Christian Watson, who housed it.
And to be honest with you, that was more on a really bad safety read than it was Christian Watson.
Yeah, that was a bad angle by the safety to crash down on it.
Yeah.
And when I because I stopped watching it about halfway through, and when I saw these people on Twitter talking about Jordan Love, I go and look at the play, and I'm like, that's like Tim Tebow throwing a slant to Demaryius Thomas and him taking it the rest of the 80 yards. He did all the work. He did all the work.
I mean, he did all right in limited time, but once again, Matt Flynn had a really good game and got paid a shitload of money by the Seahawks to do nothing. So once again, your season's lost. You're 4-8. You're playing Miami. You're not winning against them. You might lose another game or two. So guess what? Playoffs are out of the picture. I need to see what I have in Jordan Love. I invested a first-round pick. I don't know what I have in him fully yet. He's only started a handful of games, only played in maybe a couple more. So what I need right now is for Aaron Rodgers, shut him down for the year. Just put him on IR for his oblique in his thumb. Let him he's
not
some ayahuasca, and then just say, suck my dick. You're not taking our team hostage
this weekend.
Fuck you.
He's already said he's playing.
He is, because he's an arrogant motherfucker. He's latter
stage
Ben.
The ship down with him.
I used to like that motherfucker, man. But I mean, even aside from his whole vaccination shit, which I don't really care about that at all. But
yeah. I mean,
the motherfucker is a piece of shit. The way he's held the franchise hostage. It's one thing to squeeze the decision makers to try and get your money, but you held the team hostage to an extent,
and the
your
front
own
office
teammates. Yeah. But your teammates were like, what the fuck? Dude, are you going to play or not?
Yeah.
Figure it out. And now they're stuck. And really it's kind of a blessing in disguise for Green Bay fans if you can weather the storm right now, because the more that you let Jordan Love kind of bake in the oven, chances are you're going to get a better product by the time it's time for him to come and be the guy. And
now you kind of have to pick up his fifth-year option, because you're clearly not going to win with Rodgers anymore.
No,
I mean, you're not winning with him now. So what makes you think it's going to get better? Let's go Jets, Bears. Jets get out early. Mike White has sent Zach Wilson to the shadow realm.
Yes, I have been clamoring for this guy since week 1. I remember saying it the whole time. You need to start Mike White, you cowards. And look what happened now. You see the glories of Mike White on your television screen. I don't care if it's against a really bad Chicago Bears defense. 300 yards, 3 TDs, a revived Jets team that really needed it, and he defied the will of the coin. So you know what? Mike motherfucking White for life.
Yep. Yeah.
He did Zach Wilson plant his flag.
And we talked about this last week. Has Zach Wilson at any point in these 2 years looked like a number 2 overall pick? Has he done it? He had that one scramble that one time.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold had flashes of brilliance too.
Yeah, Sam Darnold did the same thing. He had that one scramble.
He had one scramble and he threw a 50-yard bomb.
Has he ever made a throw where you're just like, wow?
Zach Wilson has at no point looked like a professional quarterback. I'm just being dead ass. And really, I say that because the very first game I ever saw, when he got in the league, he threw the worst interceptions. It was
four picks. It was against New
England. Threw the ball to the other guy.
He did that against New England again this year, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god.
When the wideout doesn't even make an attempt on the catch because the ball just went somewhere else.
Yeah. The wideout's like, who are you throwing it to? I guess I have to tackle.
Now I have to chase.
Yeah. Now I have to chase. I should be going the other way, but because of you
and suck. Again, it was a perfect example just the other week when you're in the red zone, needed to score, and you have a wideout who, the defense blew the coverage. The safety stepped up too far into the box, and you had a nickel and a cornerback who were just looking at the quarterback. Wide receiver just runs, he jogs like a nice stride right through the center of the field on the go route. And you're looking at him and you don't see that and you don't throw it. All right, you're not a quarterback. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're not good.
Yeah, and field vision is tough. That's the hardest thing, but all the great quarterbacks, the ones that make it in the league, they have that instinct. They know that guy is over there. They see it all in their head. They're like, all right, he's over here. He's over here. I don't think he sees it that way.
If you don't have the vision, sometimes you still get that instinctual flash of seeing your color go across your face, right? So he's looking at a quick hitch route, and behind the hitch is the go route, just running. You would have had to have seen it if you were looking that way, because it'll flash in front of you. And he just fucked it off.
Yeah, because he sucks. He's not. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever develop into.
Somebody told him he was good, and he believed that he was good, so he didn't think he needed to get better. And now we're seeing how that plays out.
And getting picked number 2 overall didn't help either. It's like, man, I'm good.
It's the Jets.
Yeah, well, the Jets
That's
don't know
what
they're doing.
happens.
Falcons and Commanders. Commanders are a playoff team. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I know. And
the Bears are Tank Bowl.
They are Tank Bowl. They tanking hard.
And the Falcons are either
football hell. They are football
division.
hell because they keep losing the games that they somehow find ways to lose.
Win. Yeah, they should win these games.
Random deflection, you have a chance to win. Interception, you get a chance to get the ball back. Run into the kicker, automatic first down. And only the Falcons.
They're a half game out of first place, and they should have the division like locked up by now. Like they should be 7. They should be 8-4.
Pretty much.
Like they should be an.
But I still give them credit. Like this, even at this point, I didn't think Atlanta was going to be in this level of competition, which is a credit to what they're doing.
They're competitive. They beat the. Did they have the Bucks again? One more
they got the
time
Bucks again at home.
Yeah, they could pull out division. Just put them in football.
They play the Steelers this week, so if they don't beat the Steelers, write them off. Yeah, the Steelers, Saints, Ravens, Cardinals, and Bucks.
Carnage undone. Also, let's go Purdue. F them Wolverines up for us. That must be an Ohio State fan. Detroit fans, Michigan football beat crap Ohio State. I was not expecting to score 28 points in the second half and only allowed Ohio State's score 3 points. Yeah, they took over in that second half. Incheon DM. The Vikings fans, I know a choker when I see one. The Cowboys can never be considered a Super Bowl team until they prove it. 25 years don't lie. Yeah. Nick Kovac. What's up, Nick? Kenny Pickett is now my daddy. Sorry, Mike White. The chat is still matting, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they did that in my stream last night.
They're still.
That's how we started. It's like going from Matt Canada to
Matt
Mexico.
Iran. Yep.
Matt Diego Garcia. Matt North Korea.
Matt Vietnam. Nick Boras. Happy Tuesday, lads. Just beating the literal dead horse with this stat. Iowa's offense has scored more total TDs than Denver. 22-14. And Denver still has a handful of games to go. Let's die. That is pathetic. Justin Ziegler. Personally, I want an OL man. Jason Kelsey is my first to win MVP. Given how important they are to both pass and the run game, truly underappreciated. Packers at Eagles is proof of this. Go Birds. Yeah, the Eagles O-line, that's how it's done.
They're pretty damn good. Yeah,
that's how it's done. They showed you what effective running the football does and how you can just control a game and leave no doubt as to who the winner is, who the better team. Baron von Noob, much love from Amsterdam. Netherlands better beat US or we'll make them walk back to Holland. Also, go commies. Oh, okay. Okay. US, you know what? US is surprising. Okay. We never trailed in groups play. Okay. We only allowed one goal, which was a bullshit goal. US can play defense, and usually first half, we're going to be all over you. Okay. So don't count the US out against the Netherlands. England is a good squad.
The U.S. is playing defense kind of like how Germany played it a couple World Cups back. They were only winning their games like 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1, but they were like suffocating on defense, and they're very slow paced team. U.S. has got a lot of speed though. Like I like how they move. They got guys who can move.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. That's the one thing we can move.
They just need like 4 or 5 basketball prospects, football prospects to convert over, and then we'll be a power, a real world power in soccer.
No, you know what though? Nathan, who's been on the show, B minus, he said, you know what? Like, it's not really an argument because like the average soccer player is like 6'2", right? You know, like it's not really a height thing. Like height, I think our athletes, everyone's good at what they
athleticism.
do.
I think that there's a certain kind of athleticism that you probably, you see it in football and in basketball, but it's the kind of athleticism that I think translates into a more dominant soccer player,
like the raw
athleticism.
Yeah, that's true. Because Odell Beckham was a soccer player. He was just happened to make more money in football. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, football's way more fun. Probably get more pussy as a football player." I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, soccer dudes probably didn't get as much tail as the football dudes. I don't know. If you good looking,
man. Hey,
hey, if you're good looking, you're gonna get some ass. That's all I gotta say.
If you're an athlete, you're gonna get some ass.
Yeah. That's the part of the thing. Inchon DM also, if the Texans win, they should get Nick Chubb. Maybe. God's butt monkey. This weekend's random NFL player from the past, O lineman Craig Wolfley.
Greg Wolfley, the Steelers color commentator.
What about Lomas Brown?
Lomas Brown?
No, that's an old name.
You gotta go Jerry Fontenot, former Saints center.
Oh yeah. What about Jumbo Elliott?
Jumbo Elliott, who was out of the jumbo package.
Yep. Another 50 bomb.
Michael Orme, get the Jeepus out. Whoop. The U.S. World Cup team are a counterattacking team and seem to be a bit of a trap team.
Yeah, today
their strength was on the counterattack.
Yeah, today was different because they came out aggressive, really aggressive, because they knew they needed to get a goal right away.
Quick.
Thanks for the 50 bomb. And they did. They accomplished it. And then they got a second goal, but it was called offsides.
Yeah.
But and then when they switched over second half, they went to defense and they didn't want to counter. Like they didn't want, like if they got open in the midfield, they would just be like, let's pull up. You know, so it's hard to judge. Like today wasn't a true reflection of how they play because they were like, we just need the win at all costs. You know,
yeah, get the wins and don't expose too much of our counterattacking strategy until we get into the next group.
Browns and Buccaneers. This was a bizarro game. I thought that the Buccaneers had this game and they blew it.
And we got another 50 bomb, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you. Davis. Trust me when I say this, the Titans will collapse and Jaguars will win the AFC South. The injuries of the Titans are mounting and their ineffectiveness on offense, combined with Lawrence fulfilling his potential, will lead to their downfall this season. Well, how is their schedule? Let's take a look. They got the Eagles next week. I don't know. Jacksonville, beatable. The LA Chargers. The Titans.
Beatable, but depends. Yeah.
The Cowboys and the Jags. So you have the Jags twice. It's a tough schedule, but you do have the Titans, so you'll probably get at least 9.
You mean the Texans?
Maybe 10. Texans.
You know what? To me, though, the Titans are a team that can beat anyone. Like, I know probably Kevin doesn't want to hear that. We'll probably bring him on later. But, like, the Titans are a team that if they play their game and they manage and Tannehill manages the game, they can beat anybody. Like they can defend and they can run the ball. That's all you need in the NFL, which is crazy. Crazy.
Sorry to disrupt you, by the way. It's just like the 50 bomb was just.
No, the bomb is always there. The bomb is always there. That one guy, all the Vikings have to do is win. Also, we need all teams, the Lions to lose rather than the Packers. Still very weird to say that. All right, where do we put the Browns are in football hell. Now they get Watson back.
Yeah,
and
Tampa Bay is right now their division, but they are just like it is just a bad
the
situation.
biggest false hope division there is.
Like nobody looks good on that team.
Yeah, that is a tank division.
Todd Bowles is he's a Dick LeBeau. He is a really good coordinator, terrible head coach. Like it's bad.
Yeah. It is bad.
Like, the only reason why I'm not ripping on his clock management more is because Jeff Saturday happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Ooh,
What was that?
I was screaming at the TV to call your timelouts. Like, it burned a minute 30 seconds.
He let a minute plus run. Like, what are you doing?
It's like 2-minute warning. I'm just sitting there like, okay, 4th down. It's like, okay, he's not using his timeouts, bold strategy. And then you see him run like a quarterback sneak. I'm like, call your timeouts. What are you doing? You have all 3 timeouts. What are you saving him to go to Pizza Hut and get a free personal pan pizza? Come on.
Jaguars, Ravens. This was the weirdest game yesterday.
Can't trust the Ravens with a multi-score lead.
No.
Well, look, I watched the whole game.
Okay.
The Ravens played a solid. They didn't play a bad game. I mean, we know how
defensively they were solid.
Defensively, on the offense, at least in the first half on offense, they were effective. They got the ball down the field. They had a couple of explosives that ended up getting them scores. The thing is that as the game went on, the Jags on offense just didn't lose any efficiency. They kept getting better as the quarters went on, and Baltimore just kind of stayed in a neutral.
And that's what Baltimore's been doing, though. That's what they've been doing all year.
Yeah. So by the time we got to the 4th quarter, I was thinking to myself, okay, so we're in this game. I halfway expect us to do something to totally fuck this off. And then Trevor Lawrence got blindsided trying to scramble out of the pocket and fumbled. But luckily we recovered because that was the play where it's like, okay, that's what the Jags, that's how they fuck it off every week. That's what it is right there.
That was the moment. Right.
I think the Ravens recovered, but they were forced to a field goal. I think that was your
you're right. They did recover, but they didn't get no touchdown off it. So that gave Jacksonville the last possession. And in that moment, I was thinking to myself, okay, I've been in this situation on that field numerous times. Usually I felt like if we were fighting a very uphill battle, but right now, I think this is a big moment. I think this is a moment to see what Trevor Lawrence is really made of because he has shown growth over the last few weeks. So now you have a legitimate contender in front of you with a good defense, and you got to go 80 yards. This is going to show us if he has the ability. It's either going to be he makes all the throws, or he either makes all the throws, he makes the throws and the receivers drop it, or he doesn't make the throws at all, or he turns it over. That's the plethora of things that can happen. He made every single throw. Perfect.
That was his breakout game.
Yeah. Him and Herbert are going to be the two,
they're going to be two
athletic,
stars.
Tall. Yeah. I mean, this was definitely an arrival game for Lawrence. And that's the thing is when you look at someone like Zach Wilson, who's been in the league the same amount of time, right? I know he got injured, but he doesn't have a game where you point to him and say, wow, he did what he needed to do. And that usually when quarterbacks do this, they're going to be around for a long time. And
it's not even an excuse.
Go ahead.
It's not even an excuse of having bad coaching around him. Trevor Lawrence had to deal with Urban Meyer. That's the ultimate destruction.
His rookie season was a literal wash. When does that ever happen to a top pick? Where your rookie season, you literally can say, you know what? He didn't even play his rookie season. He started his second season is when he started playing because he didn't have any leadership, no coaching, no roster, no direction, nothing. He was literally a babe in the woods, just walking aimlessly. So now you get leadership and you finally start to see, even with the growing pains he had at the beginning of this season, that's what a rookie would have had to deal with. You know what I mean? So you see him go through the growing pains early, made some bad mistakes against Philly, fumbled 4 times. Then you start to see him slowly. He makes great throws here, throws touchdown here, but then he throws a pick late in the game, trying to make too much happen against another team, against Broncos, somebody. And it just slowly, you saw those mistakes start to become less and less. And then you started to see his efficiency become better and better. And then again, the last 6 games, he's the only quarterback in the NFL with 6 games of 100+ QB rating right now, passer rating. So you've seen it. And that was, and the thing, when I saw how he reacted after throwing that touchdown, I was like, okay, now he believes it. He believes in himself. He hasn't doubted himself, but he believes it. He got so hyped. And I was like, that's what every player loves to see their quarterback get like that. because now he knows he can dominate cats. And now I feel like you're going to start seeing that more and more with him, where he just walks it down the field.
Yeah, watch him go 0 for 16,
3 interceptions,
4 picks. Uh-huh. All right, one more game. Raiders Seahawks, another weird game. Another game that you didn't think that the winner would be who it was. I would call that an upset.
I mean,
that was an upset.
Raiders are football hell.
Yep. I will say this, though. Somebody's going to pay Josh Jacobs a lot of money this offseason. He is a beast.
I think the Raiders I would try to keep him. I would do everything.
I don't know. I mean, it depends how much he wants. He might want over 10 mil. He's going to get over 10 mil.
He should get to over 10 mil. Shit.
Yeah, but the Raiders give that to him, a team
I don't
clearly
think so.
about to go through some major roster turnover. You know,
yeah. I mean,
they're fucking up their tank by winning.
It's not even fucking up their tank. It's just like
if I was Jacksonville, I'd try to get him because look, Travis Etienne, you're finding out now you can't give him the rock 20 times a game like you thought you could. Like I said, they couldn't, and you're kind of in need of a running back because he's hurt again. His foot is hurt.
Yeah. What do we do with the Seahawks? Are they? I mean, they're out of a playoff spot. So let's put them in
wild card-ish football hell.
Yeah, they're wild card. They somebody will take down one of these NFC East teams. Like the Commanders are playing too good, and it scares me because we'll see when the Giants play the Commanders on Sunday. We'll find out one of those two will make the playoffs based on the next 3 weeks. It's going to come to that, down to that. Now the Giants typically have had the Commanders' number over the past couple years, but we'll see.
Ain't your granddaddy's Commanders.
No, this ain't. Yeah, but it ain't your granddaddy's Giants either. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
True that. The Giants. Hey, I still believe the Giants can make a run and get into the postseason. Now, if you're a Giants fan, to me, I feel like you should be extremely happy whether they make the playoffs or not this season because you have a platform to build off of that you didn't even realize you had.
It's true,
but coaching and structure.
It would be disappointing to go 7-2 and then.
I mean, did you expect to go 7
slide?
I mean, listen.
Let's go back to how you were at the start of the year. If we told you that you were going to go 7-2 to start the year, how would you have reacted?
I probably would have jacked off on stream.
Exactly.
I would have just pulled down my pants and just tossed off a nut. Even in November, I would have done it. What you don't want is like a 4 or 5 game skid. That hurts. That's disappointing. It's like,
but if you lose 2 and then win 1 and go back and forth, there's still a lot you could say this was a success as a season because we haven't even been able to really implement everything as a decision-making front office. But we've managed to overachieve. So now we can reevaluate a lot of these players. We might want to keep a lot of these guys and not have a huge turnover. And that's good. That means you can now spend more money to get bigger pieces in the places you really need them.
Yeah, we need to get rid of Galladay somehow. Someone needs to take. No one's going to take his fucking contract. No one's going to take his fucking contract. Christopher Brickner. Oh, wait. Did we read that one guy? Yeah. Christopher Brickner, create a new lower tier for the Sean Taylor statue. That was terrible. God. AAA says Titans equal Luigi wins by doing nothing. Colts are karma mess. Jags still searching for identity, and the Titans are poorly ran. Tire fire. Texans, sorry. We've been slipping up with that. Josh Winslow, if the Broncos scored 18 points in regulation in every game this season, they would be 9-2.
Yeah.
Matt Orme, not only are the Broncos our lol cows, the Seahawks sent them a thank you note for the draft picks. Yeah. Broncos are the most upside down franchise in the league. Zerthos XVI, Zerthos the 16th. So who y'all think is the highest draft prospect? Some will say Willie Anderson Jr., some say Jalen Carter. I don't know. I thought people were talking about Bryce Young and CJ Stroud.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, like Will Levis is up there too.
Yeah, Levis is high. Somebody will get whoever. Okay, who's going to be first, right? It's going to be the Texans, right? and they're going to take a quarterback because clearly they've already given up on Davis Mills.
I mean, it's going to be a quarterback.
Yeah,
we all know that.
Davis
Mills is the guy who's going to be a quality backup for like a decade. That's what Davis Mills is going to be.
Yeah, it's next man up. Game show gumbo tree. If you're looking for more horrible owners, how about Ken Behring?
Oh, that's a good one. Ken Behring
of almost getting them moved to L.A.
Yep, he moved the facilities to Anaheim.
Wow.
At that point.
Wow.
And then what happened was I think like the Seattle refused to let him go, and he was forced to sell. And that owner, the future owner, became Paul Allen.
Yeah. Uncultured Barbarian. What killed Nebraska was losing their recruiting when they went to the Big Ten. Yeah, leaving for the Big Ten money was a death sentence. Yeah.
What, dude? Listen, Nebraska's been dead in the water since Eric Crouch left. 2002 was the last time they were any good.
I'm gonna say
Big 12. Go ahead.
2 words killed Nebraska. Steve Peterson. Once he went from Pitt to Nebraska, he ran that program into the ground.
Yeah.
He hired Bill Callahan. He hired a bunch of other guys. It was just a train wreck from there.
That is true, but it's a program that just lost its allure. A lot of what Nebraska was built on was the black shirts and just the popularity of the read option offense that they kind of, that they made huge in the mainstream. Well, that shit was getting shut down in Eric Crouch's last year in Nebraska. And Miami literally broke the program's allure because they were completely inept and they didn't change from that style of offense for like another 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So it was like nobody wants to go there. And now you don't have recruiting because of mismanagement up front. So it's a dead football program as far as I'm concerned. And it's not because of what conference is in, because really the Big Ten is and will continue to be a much better conference than the Big 12. The Big 12 has literally only had 2 teams in it from the jump, whether you want to go back 20 years or 30 years, Nebraska and Texas. And that was it.
And Oklahoma.
Yes.
Yeah, they had that 3 going on. But yeah, they gave up a bunch of easy wins for the money, and that hurt them. Like, it's easy to recruit when you're like, all right, you're gonna win 9 games and you're gonna be on national TV.
Smashing these teams, but now you're in the Big Ten where like you can't even beat Northwestern, bro. No, Northwestern is a free game.
Yeah.
When I was at Purdue.
Yeah,
they're actually way better.
Go kick these nerds' asses.
That's how we would be.
They were the nerd school. You ever have play that technical high school? And when high school, you're like, oh, the nerds.
It's like these motherfuckers ain't football. Everybody there has got a fucking or is getting a degree in law or fucking constitutional law or some shit like that. They're not football players.
They're all they're going to become professors. John Borello, Ferrari sacked Binotto, 4th team principal gone in a decade, and there's no successor in place. Gotta love that Italian dysfunction. Yeah, Ferrari actually had a good year for them, but they just get rid of their team principal. Uncultured Barbarian, when are the Colts going to draft and develop a QB? Watching old man Ryan out there is painful.
It depends if it's on Irsay. It depends if he thinks he can still win with this roster, and honestly, I don't think he can.
They are like
not on offense for sure.
No, I think Ballard gets fired just because of the way the writing is.
Yeah, I see a lot of similarities to the Broncos with them, where they're just like, "Hey, let's bring in a quarterback. Let's draft."
They've been doing that for years.
Yeah, we still have a defense. We can do. All right. Well, we got to get rid of Von Miller. We still have a defense. Like that's the Colts. It's like we can bring in Matt Ryan, and then the next year they'll be like, we can bring in
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
We can make him right.
Yeah, we can.
Honestly, it wouldn't shock me if it's Daniel Jones. It would not shock me.
Could very well be. I don't know
if
the Giants don't make the playoffs, then Daniel Jones is getting shipped for sure.
I mean, I think these last 2 games have pretty much shown management. It's like, look, we need a new quarterback because he missed some big throws against Dallas.
He did.
But we also know that they weren't supposed to be putting them in those positions to begin with. But you do have
and the other thing is you don't have receivers. Like, I mean,
but the problem is when you're a franchise quarterback, you need to be in those positions.
Yeah. You do.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it's true.
And the problem is you think okay, if you can't be relied on to throw, why are you our quarterback?
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Ryan Griswold says, remember in the 2021 draft stream when Tree had all of his optimism die? Yeah, when Najee Harris got drafted.
Oh, yeah.
Scooter dropped a hundo bomb and then 5, and he did a shirtless Eiffel Tower.
And the sad part is I've been vindicated on that whole feeling.
Mm-hmm. It took Tree
has he not worked out?
I'm going to be honest with you, seeing the game last night, Benny Snell and Anthony McFarland ran a hell of a lot better under that same line than Najee Harris has.
Yep.
Damn. He was impressive at Alabama.
He was, but unfortunately, I don't know if it's the line or if he's injured or what, but he's just like trying to juke over everybody instead of run people over. It just does. It's just.
Yeah, he's
it's just not working.
He shouldn't be juking that much.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, I don't know what's happening.
And then Matthew Orlandi says, big congrats to our soccer team on the win today and to my birthday, no less. USA soccer. Also, how about them Finns? Yeah, the Dolphins are good. They're very good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers, Cardinals. Chargers finally win a game that they should.
They got lucky though because they played the Cardinals.
I know.
Hey, do you remember that narrative that came out last week that Justin Herbert is in clutch?
Yeah, he's a social media.
Oh yeah, they try to say
yeah.
That's the big. Dude, I don't know why people even listen to that guy.
Acho will he's like
he makes some of the dumbest takes ever.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to be Skip Bayless, but it doesn't have the charisma of Skip Bayless. Like, it's weird.
He's like a bad baseball hitter. He's like only like 200. He bats like 200. Like he'll hit 2 seemingly normal takes, and then 8 others are just garbage takes. And I'm like,
he's the guy. He's the guy that bats 200, but then has all the coaching advice for the guy who bats fucking 5.
Pretty much.
Yeah. The thing is like, don't you think that trolling or at least saying things that piss people off is also an art form? Like, you kind of have to work at being that annoying, don't you? Like,
but look,
I think it's a talent.
He's not doing it to troll. He's doing it
because he's serious.
It's savvy. Yeah. He thinks it's a savvy take. But it's like, bro, you played in the NFL for like 2 years, and somehow you got this broadcasting gig that you had he pretty much grifted himself into the mainstream during the George Floyd protests,
the pandemic. Yep.
And then, he was given, all the, the ESPN latched onto him, but his takes always kind of fall back into some kind of philosophical, cultural, undertone that doesn't make sense.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people do that now, and it's strange.
It's so fucking annoying because it's no, that's not what this is.
But here's the thing: is like you separate that from his football takes. Like, his football takes are bad. Like, they're not.
His football takes are bad because he didn't play long. He played for 2 seasons. He had
it's not even that. It's just like he doesn't understand the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But
you don't need to play football to understand the game.
That's what I'll say. Is
that's right.
And there's different takes and approaches to the game. He just doesn't I don't know.
I just feel like for somebody who understands some of the dynamics in the NFL, that you would have more coherent takes about things that are not necessarily well known for the public, but amongst player crowds, you kind of know how that shit plays out. We know why certain things happen the way they happen in the NFL.
Yeah.
And
I'll say this. When Robert Griffin III tweets, his takes, I might not always agree with them, but they always make sense. He knows football and he knows how to communicate. Acho's I don't know. I say he can communicate, but he always just has to make some philosophical link. And it's just what? Why?
It's like, it's like, bro, that's not necessary.
And the other thing I think is a talent, though, is the complete lack of self-awareness. To not look at your tweet and be like, I kind of come off as a douche right there.
Yeah, to come off as a know-it-all right there.
Yeah. Send. People are good at what they do. We're talking about Emmanuel Acho. I guess he's accomplishing his mission. whatever.
I don't know
It's
about
like,
that.
but I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think
He is Nigerian, so there is a link of
kinship. Yeah,
but I'll tell you one thing about us Nigerians: you start saying some dumb shit.
like, hey, you from that other part of Nigeria?
I'm
Right?
like, brother, please do not bring me in this.
That's right. And like with Thailand, like we stick together, but it's the same way. It's like, oh, you must be from the north. Okay.
Oh, you must be a Biafra man. You must be.
That's
it's like in
dude.
Nigeria, it's like, are you Igbo or are you Yoruba?
Right,
And
right.
Us people who are Igbo, which is like, that's where all the entrepreneurs, the big business people are. When they say, "Oh, I'm Yoruba," we kind of be like,
see, that's the thing, like that people don't realize. Like in America, like it's not in the open, right? Like the way that we treat each other. But in you go to a third world country, like say Thailand, like they talk shit about the Laotians and shit, like out in the open. And they're just like, fuck them Laos motherfuckers. And the Laotians be like, fuck them Thai motherfuckers. But then they be friends too, and they just drink and hang out. But then they leave. And they're like, fuck that fucking motherfucker. Like, but it's weird. You go someplace where
cultural rivalry.
Yeah.
Oh,
out in the open.
I mean, to be fair, Bill Romanowski probably had some really out there takes. I would imagine him as a color commentator.
Gosh, thank God he doesn't have Twitter. Thank God Bill Romanowski's not on Twitter. Okay, where do we put the Cardinals? They are fucking football.
They are they're trash.
I think it's worse than that for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they're
really hardcore trash. Like even Kyler Murray's coming out saying like schematically they're fucked. Like he's pretty much saying Kingsbury's a hack.
Yeah, he's 0-3 since the new Call of Duty drop.
And Cardinals are 1-6, 1-6 at home, and 1-12 over the past.
Kingsbury's ass is getting fired.
He got extended for 5 years.
No, man. See,
I think you got to bite the bullet and go ahead and pay him out and get a new head coach.
Yeah,
I mean, you
still have an ultimately talented quarterback and a receiver that should be able to make you a contender, and you cannot risk giving up another year of that for this motherfucker having a terrible system in place. Like it's just not having the will to motivate his team to be better. I mean, damn.
I'm sure with those contracts, when they extend people, there's outs. You can get
outs,
as a wise businessman told me one time. He said you can get out of.
I'm going to be quite frank. It is the Bidwells. I would not put it behind them to not put those sort of outs in it. They are dumb.
If you don't get 8 wins, we can fire you for cause at any point after that season.
Or there's insurance on the contract that allows them
there's
to
probably
pay
insurance or there's like a buyout. There's probably a buyout.
Yeah.
Unless your name is David Tepper and you have to pay tens of millions of dollars, even though Nebraska's paying him a
ton. Where are we here? A channel name of the U.S. doesn't win the World Cup. Who do you think y'all win? I think France is very strong.
France is strong.
France,
Brazil,
Croatia.
Brazil's going to be a good squad.
Yeah, Brazil.
Argentina might ride it, but I don't know. Argentina not showing.
Argentina's got to make to the. They got to win first.
Yeah, they got
the group stage. If they don't, we're laughing at Messi.
Yeah, but I think France looks very dangerous. France
is favored again.
Gosh, them French footballers and Mbappe. Yeah,
Mbappe is like the best. One of the he's like. I mean, you say people generally say like Messi, Ronaldo, we 1-2, and then you got everybody else. I mean, I would say Mbappe is going to kind of replace Messi as that one in the next couple of years. With Messi's
Ronaldo's old, Messi's old.
Messi is still playing. Messi is still playing at a very high level. As a striker, he's hard. He's hard to cover because he's so quick. But he's going to sign he's signing with the MLS team next, ain't he?
Yeah. MLS, the soccer.
That's where you go to. Home. That's the retirement home.
You can see Messi play before he retired. He's just cashing out. He's like,
oh yeah, he's
like, I didn't save for retirement.
MLS is the live golf for soccer.
Yeah. Basically,
except without Saudi Arabians.
Yeah, a channel name of the U.S.
in the Premier League.
Oh wait. Smooth Criminal 12. I wish the Red Sox would stop acting like a small market team and spend some money. Say it with me now. You are not Tampa Bay. I think that championship run of 2018 must have set them back.
Well, it made them complacent.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Like they fired Dombrowski, they brought in a guy from Tampa Bay, and they don't have the development or infrastructure systems to support that kind of system. So you might be losing Devers. He might be traded. Bogarts is a free agent. Martinez is a free agent. I don't know what you do.
I still can't believe they let Mookie Betts walk.
Because they traded him because they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah. That's a guy that you cannot let leave your team. He's going to be an all-time great player.
And I mean, I like Alex Verdugo, but still.
Oh, yeah. I bet his coach, Verdugo's coach out in Vegas, super nice guy. Justin Ziegler, Dolphins at Chargers replace Chiefs at Broncos for Sunday Night Football. Okay.
Hopefully.
Jacob Tobin, who scores more, incels or the Denver Broncos?
Honestly, I'd say the incels.
Yeah.
They at least get off to themselves.
Also, my Vikes are 9-2. I'm ready for the heartbreaking playoff defeat. Who scores more, married guys or the Denver Broncos?
Probably married guys. At least the married guys get some pity bang every now and again. You're like, oh, look, the kids are asleep. Let me open my legs. Just go to town.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, she probably falls asleep during it. Sir Random Guy, CBS Power Rankings #1, Scooter, False Hope. 2, Giants are shaking right now. 3, Steelers back in Super Bowl. 4, Green Bay is dead. 5, Broncos country finally died. Dr. of Zion, Citrus Bowl sounds wonderful this time of year. Isn't Spencer Rattler might enter the transfer portal?
In the transfer portal, is he going to try and declare for the draft? Remember, he was supposed to be like a first-round pick last year.
Yeah. He might. I mean, he's played decent. Sir Random Guy, what if Urban Meyer gets hired by Qatar? Excuse me. And then David Alsman, the Cardinal season is sadly over at this point. It is.
Oh, it's been over, buddy. It is a
dysfunctional games and finish out the show. Saints, Niners, ugly game.
Saints are dead.
Yeah, Saints are dead.
And I mean, I know Saints kind of got screwed on a couple calls, but they did that to themselves as well.
Brett Coleman tweeted this out. Is there a team more boring than the Saints? Unwatchable football besides the Broncos.
I mean, the 2021 Steelers were pretty bad, but this year, Saints are up there. I mean, the Cardinals are aggravatingly bad. They're just
they're entertaining though.
Yeah,
the
Raiders are aggravatingly bad too.
Okay, but who's the most you turn on the game and you're just like, what is this crap game? Why am I watching this? The Commanders play a pretty
but at least you have Taylor Heineke. You have Heineke.
Yeah, I can't even think of a single play from the Saints that I can't think of a game that actually was entertaining.
The only one I can think of is
where Dalton threw the pick and the guy jumps into the end zone in the background. That was the only. Yeah. Dalton's walking.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. That's the only entertaining thing, and it was an awful play for them. Awful play. All right, Saints are done. Niners are division. How about Rams? Rams are fucking done.
Rams, they are hardcore done.
They're just let's die.
They have let's die.
No picks. Them and the Broncos are in the same fucking boat.
Yeah, the only difference is the Rams have a ring.
Yeah.
And the Rams, they literally said, fuck this season.
And they're happy. They don't give a shit.
Of course they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they're still until February? They're still
once again, here's all they're pointing at. Look at the ring. That's all they're doing.
Mm-hmm. That's why they played this game.
Yep. Chiefs are a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Packers and the Eagles. Eagles are Super Bowl contender.
Super Bowl. Packers are dead.
Yeah. They're down here.
Yeah. They are unironically down there. And
all right. We don't have any more supers. Oh, nope. we got couples came in. Andres Hernandez, Broncos country, let's die. Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Kovac, damn tree, that jersey is spiffy. Where you get it? Oh yeah.
Nick was actually the guy that designed this. He gave me a little template. So just wear it for shits and giggles. It looks nice.
It does look cool, though.
I got some new gear. Actually, I'll open it up now. Hold on. This is from auctionofchampions.com.
Ooh.
I'm going to reveal it on clickbait, but since y'all are the most loyal audience, y'all are here.
Ooh. Autograph Saquon. There you go.
Ooh. Nice. That's dope.
Yeah. Oh, he got me an XL, though, but still. Look at that.
Bad, man.
Autograph.
I mean, you're not wearing that thing anyway. You're getting that framed.
Yeah, you got to frame that up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. You don't walk around with a Saquon jersey.
No, you don't walk. You don't walk autographed. You don't walk with an autograph.
I'll wear it on the show on Thursday, but yeah, I'll get this one framed too. That's the thing with all these stuff that auction is sending us. It's like I want to wear shit too. Don't just send me some unautographed shit.
It depends. I mean, as I said, like I still need to get that poster of mine framed too.
Yeah, I said, look, I got the Eli poster. I need to get this framed. I got a Barkley jersey, and I got a signed LT helmet.
TJ Watt.
We're just getting gear for like no reason.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude.
What is wrong with us? This is our stupid life. Okay. Oh, we never placed the Titans. They are wild.
They're division.
Division, yes. And the Patriots are football hell. And that leaves us with the Steelers.
Super Bowl. These were two bad football teams playing a game that should have never happened. And the only reason why the Steelers won is because Jonathan Taylor botched the handoff at the 1 yard line. But I will say this, Kenny Pickett played a really solid game for what it was worth. The stats don't really say it. He was calm, efficient, effective. He made some good throws when needed to. Good pocket presence. So at this point,
I think he's going to be good. He's going to be good.
At this point, your goal for this year is the development of Kenny Pickett. You need to see if you have anything with him. With a game like this, okay, maybe there could be something there. He's really shown strides over the past couple of weeks since he was pretty good. He hasn't had a turnover in 3 games. Solid so far. So at the same time, he did have maybe like 1 or 2 bad throws, but some of them were drops by the receivers. And some of them were just bad scheme designs by Matt Canada. So at this point, I would say more that the Colts are a terrible football team. But at the same time, you have something you can kind of look to the future for, which is at the end of the day, it's the goal you have. Both of these teams are in football hell. They are just trash. But at the same time, you needed at least to have some sort of comfort in that you made the right decision come draft time.
All right. Okay, that was the rational take. Can I get the Yinzer take, please?
Well, the Yinzer take is our team sucks, but we're still going Super Bowl! Well, we're not going undefeated! Hey, we've beaten the Colts like every year since like 2011, and we're 13-2 on Monday Night Football for whatever reason, so I don't care. We're going Super Bowl.
All right, let's put them up there.
I don't know.
By the way, Andy, the Mets will be contenders if they re-sign DeGrom.
Serious. I don't know about that. I mean,
God, hold on. You guys actually got Alan and Nadu actually sent us. He quoted or he tagged us on the latest Emmanuel Acho tweet.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Is it read it? Read the tweet.
He says, "I have never, and I repeat, never been more excited for an event in my life than this game." Talking about Miami versus the Chargers. "It will truly be an amazing experience to watch a top 5 quarterback in real life share the field with a top 5 quarterback on social media. At Chargers fans, I'll see you there."
See that it's hard to hate him because he's not spreading a message of hate. But he's not
being hateful. He's just being ignorant as shit. Like
he's just doing it to get under people's
He's just
skin.
triggering people.
Yeah. He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like a good troll. It's just like dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It took me a while. Troll.
It took me a while to figure out that Nick Adams was trolling, but now that I know that he's trolling, it's actually funny.
Honestly, Nick Adams, like I knew from the first tweet I saw, that dude is baiting. Right. I think I said it on Twitter. It's like nice bait. Like it's like
I got in a Twitter fight with that cat a couple times, and then I started realizing this might as well be a parody account.
Right. And
really
then, I think what tipped it for me was him coming on camera and like doing the talking. I like realized that he's an Australian, like that is just pretending to be a typical white American. Like whether he believes the stuff or not, whatever. Like there might be a little bit of truth behind it, but he's obviously playing it up because he knows it pisses people off. Right.
Yeah. He's playing it all the way up, and
to me, that's a talent.
And he got me pissed off one time. The first time I had an argument, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He wrote a book for Trump, and he's got like 200,000. And then he started talking about some of my teammates, when I played. And that's when I got hot, because I was like, bitch, one, that guy is dead that you're talking about. Two, we didn't even play the same position. He's like, oh, Vince Manuel was always better than you. And I'm like, bitch, he was left guard. I was right. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah, he was a troll that does his homework.
Yeah. He went and researched me a little bit before he responded when I talked shit about him.
All right, here's our Titans fan, Kevin. He's in his bathroom.
Oh, Lord.
No, I'm not.
What's up, Kev? Are you hanging in there?
Yeah, I was watching what they were calling the Mandela catalogs, and I got that link. So sadly, I wasn't in the stream, but I wanted to take my 2 cents and say, yeah, it wasn't good during that game against the Bengals. It was not.
Yeah.
Titans, like they self-destructed in a way. I mean, offensively, they shit the bed.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do when you have Todd Downing as your offensive coordinator, which honestly, he should have gotten at least suspended for that DUI. I'm amazed that no one's ever learned from Henry Ruggs right now.
Yeah, it's just tough because, like I said before, the Titans can beat any team, and
the Titans can beat any team, but they can also lose to any team. Hence,
which means you're streaky.
Yep,
they were really streaky, and I got to deal with her tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but soon
next week
with her Eagles. Hi, Dodger.
What's up, Dodge? Tell us about Clemson or South Carolina versus Clemson. I heard it was not a pretty experience.
Okay, so story time, everybody. So me, Ag, and 2 very dear friends of ours that you 2 should know very well, all got in my car, and we made what should have been a 2.5-hour drive up to Clemson, turned into over 3 hours because we got backed up trying to get to our parking spot.
Yeah,
and then there was no shuttle service, so we had to walk 2 miles to get to the stadium. And then
that's a 45-minute walk. Damn.
I wouldn't have went to the game.
And then a very, very steep ramp, which was probably a double-digit grade, just to get to our seats. And it gets better. Just before halftime, just as the second quarter was starting to wind down, a bottle flies past my head.
Ooh.
Just
if
my head had been to the right, maybe only a couple more inches, it would have boom, I would have been hit with it. Thankfully it missed, and thankfully the bottle was empty, and thankfully it was plastic. But it was still a bottle flying at my head.
I was about to say
somebody had bad intentions.
Yeah. So we wound up chilling on the concourse and just watching the game through the screen.
If it was glass, there would be blood.
If there were glass, I wouldn't be here talking right now.
You got to talk shit on the way out, though. That was a good win.
I did not. Per the advice of some South Carolina alumni, if you win that game, you get the hell out as soon as you can, which we did.
Yeah, they're looking for someone to fight.
Tried to get a ride share to get back to the parking spot. Nobody could get into the stadium area, so we had to walk the 2 miles again. But at least this time, the universe threw us a bone, because about halfway through the walk, who do we see coming up on the road but all 4 buses containing those South Carolina Gamecocks? So I I threw the spur up, and I could see the players waving at us from the bus. So
well, that's
that
awesome.
that was a nice little
They
cherry.
should have given you a ride to your car.
I wish, but safe to say, I will probably never set foot in Clemson, South Carolina ever again unless I am subpoenaed to do so.
EA was trying to join. Where's Aberica? What happened to Aberica? Oh well, I don't think he's got his mic set up. We made it to the end of the show though. Maybe he gets in before. I think we might have missed a super chat. Did we?
Double check.
Ryan Griswold.
Yep. Tree, why do Yinzers hate Rashard Mendenhall? You ranted about Mendenhall during last year's draft stream, but I never got why. Here's why. He kept fumbling. That's the problem. He had Butterfingers.
He fumbled a lot.
Yeah, he had Butterfingers. That's why. Mm-hmm. And he had a big fumble in the Super Bowl too. So, as I said, if he didn't have Butterfingers, he would have done well.
Yep. All right, we're gonna try. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
It looks like
yeah,
we
can hear you.
Yeah, just give us an update on Aberica, and then we gotta go.
Tanks ahoy, gentlemen! We roll at dawn. We roll hard. We roll deep.
Yeah, pretty much. No Justin Fields means is he gonna come back?
I don't know what the point would be of bringing him back. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to beat the Packers and all that, but we have to think long term. Got to think about protecting him. This offensive line can't protect for shit. They keep getting injured. We keep turning over people. We lost almost all of our goddamn secondary last week. Mm-hmm. And, our linebacking core is Jack Sanborn and a couple of retreads.
Yeah.
We don't really have much of a front seven to speak of. We're at the Detroit Lions level of front seven.
Yeah, I think have you played Detroit already twice?
Did we play them once, I think?
Yes, you played them once.
I think that second divisional game is usually.
I think that second one you'll probably lose. Honestly,
you're gonna.
I already lost the first one, so.
Yeah. I think you might get swept by Detroit, and that's sad.
Well, the entire season is basically done. I mean, there's no point in running guys out there who are hurt and trying to get them more snaps because what the fuck is that going to accomplish? I mean, it's pride for the players, and I get that players want to compete. And I know that it's never nice to hear that you're in the middle of a tank season, especially if you're someone who's paid an NFLPA due, Mr. Uche Nwaneri. But at the same time, as a fan and as someone who's kind of looking over the whole thing, and I feel what Ryan Poles feels when he looks at this team, and that is that they're not ready to compete. You got guys who are trying to save their job, but what they're putting on tape just don't look good. Riley Reif is cooked. Michael Schofield III is cooked. Larry Borum has just about played his way out of town, and Sam Mustipher has played his way out of town, which leaves us with Whitehair, who gets injured once a year, and a fifth-round rookie on the left side.
That's a cool name, Whitehair.
Yeah, I mean, he's been good. He was a Pro Bowler at center for us when he was a rookie or second year, somewhere in there.
Yeah, sometimes players just
don't decline, you have Tevin Jenkins in nothing bad.
We do have Tevin Jenkins, and he's been rotated in and out due to his back issue.
Yeah, he's an old man already. Right. All right, Tree, what you got coming out?
Well, I got sports ball tomorrow, the usual stuff, and then it's just figure out where I go from there. Maybe it's a potpourri item. Maybe it's trying to figure out what is going on with my life, or maybe I just lose my mind. We'll see.
I've got a video on streakers coming out.
Ooh,
what happens to streakers?
Oh yes, they call him the streak.
Yes. What happens to streakers? Do you know?
What kind of death are we talking about?
Get put together. All right, and Ooch, we got Lyman Life tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Lyman Life tomorrow night.
Y'all then. Dodge, you doing an afterburn?
I will be streaming Thursday night after my town's Christmas tree lighting, and Sunday I am actually going to do a live react to all the bowl announcements.
Oh, nice!
That's gonna be fun because I
Uche
believe they're announcing. I believe they're announcing the college football playoff on Sunday. Let me confirm that college playoff selection show. That will be on where is?
I'm waiting for them to announce the
Alabama,
start of the
Michigan, and
bowl.
2 fuck all teams. All right, y'all. what a wonderful night. We'll see y'all tomorrow night on Uche's channel.
On my
Big
channel.
stream Sunday at noon for me. Sunday at noon for me.
This guy's channel.
All right.
Right up here.
Yes. And